Hi, I'm Josh from The Sun Showbiz. So you may or may not have seen, but Warner Brothers released the brand new trailer for FOLIE À DEUX, translated as Madness for Two. This is, of course, the sequel to the hit film Joker, which starred Joaquin Phoenix. And today, we're going to be looking at the brand new trailer and going in all the ins and outs. So let's take a look. Okay, so we've got Joaquin Phoenix in the mental asylum. We're hearing a bit of lock and key action. He doesn't have the makeup on. It's quite a striking image. And we see our first sneak peek of Lady Gaga peering out of the door to try and take a sneak peek. She's playing Harley Quinn in the movie. Again, we're seeing more shots of Joaquin in this prison uniform walking through. But again, those hints of colour with the umbrellas. Oh, Lady Gaga saying, "I'm nobody." Oh, brilliant, Lady Gaga there. I haven't done any brilliant like you have. And we're seeing Joaquin back in the iconic outfit at the piano. We know that there's going to be musical elements in this. Oh, let's get out of here, Lady Gaga, as Harley Quinn says. So I'm kind of getting a bit of a hint of a bit of a dream sequence here. We see Joker looking very suave. This is screaming old Hollywood glamour. Them dancing in the middle of New York City. This full, of course, the film's coming out in full. Joker running through the streets whilst police cars run over his minions. We see both of them performing to crowds. Very striking. Harley Quinn walking into the courthouse. Bit of an appearance from Steve Coogan there. A lot of kissing scenes there. Action, fire. It's interesting because we see Lady Gaga looking quite naturalistic at the beginning of the trailer, and then she kind of moves through to this madness. So ooh, this shot's good. Ooh. The real you. Oh, that's amazing. So Lady Gaga draws the lipstick on the glass, and then Joaquin's face as the Joker uses a smile that directly aligns. Okay. So this falls, so they say Warner Brothers 4th of the 10th. So that's the 4th of October. So, of course, we're seeing Joaquin Phoenix reprise the role, the award-winning role as Joker. Of course, he was very famous for when he won the award for this part the first time around. He went up on stage at the Oscars to make this quite bizarre speech around the artificial insemination of cows. But I think Lady Gaga is hoping for maybe this could be her third time lucky. She's been reasonably unlucky at the Oscars previously when it comes to the acting categories. We did see her on that stage when A Star Is Born came out, when she won for Best Original Song for Shallow. Of course, she sang that with Bradley Cooper in that. Her most recent film, of course, was House of Gucci, which she starred, interestingly, alongside the likes of Jared Leto, who, of course, is known for his part as the Joker in the other Suicide Squad and DC Extended Universe films there. So I think Lady Gaga in this could be hoping for third time lucky. Of course, she has been on the Oscars stage before. We saw her on stage in 2015, picking up the award for Best Original Song. Of course, that was for Shallow, for the film A Star Is Born, which she starred in alongside Bradley Cooper and sang on that track alongside Bradley Cooper there. Her most recent film that we know her for was, of course, House of Gucci. Very interesting. She starred alongside Jared Leto in that film. Jared Leto is, of course, known for his part as the Joker in the other DC Extended Universe films. But in that film, she also starred alongside the likes of Adam Driver, Camille Cotton, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek. Quite an extended cast there as well. Also, Al Pacino was in that film, so she starred alongside the great and the good of Hollywood, but that film didn't necessarily receive the best reviews there. I think here we're seeing all the hallmarks of what could make an absolutely fantastic film, quite transformative performances. We're seeing character progressions through this trailer as well, both with Joaquin Phoenix reprising the role as the Joker. We're seeing him at first in that mental institution without any of the makeup, and then he gets back onto stage starring as this kind of showman, this wild, mad, manic showman. And then we see Lady Gaga looking very different from the Harley Quinn that we know from Margot Robbie as well. We see Lady Gaga at first in that mental institution, and then we're seeing a real also transition of her character as well, kind of as her character progresses. What I think is most interesting is those dancing shots. It kind of echoes a bit of Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, that kind of scenic on with the New York landscape, and then you're immediately put back into the action, both of them kind of dancing amidst the madness as police vans and fire kind of blows in the background all over them in the middle of the city there. So we're seeing some very interesting shots there, very also interesting appearance by Steve Coogan as well. He's known for more comic roles. I think we all know him as playing Alan Partridge, of course. We also know that Zazie Beetz is going to be reprising her role from the first film as the Joker's neighbour in this. Also, Brendan Gleeson as well from the Banshees of Inisherin. He starred as Mad-Eye Moody in the Harry Potter films. He is playing a currently undisclosed role in this. So once again, I think Warner Brothers have really taken a cinematic approach with this trailer. This isn't like the other Suicide Squad films that we've seen, bright, loud, completely energetic. This has got a real mixture of tones. It kind of mixes in the intimate feel. We see the dark feels, but we also see those real pops of colour during the trailer. So that shot when Joker is walking through the outside of the mental institution. It's raining, he's caged up, but the guards around him are holding the umbrellas, and then we see that top shot looking down, and the umbrellas have those pops of colour as well. And we see this kind of theme all throughout the trailer. We see mostly dark, we see a lot of darks, we see a lot of greys, a lot of cinematic noir sort of influences, but then we've got the pops of colour with what looks like a beautiful old Hollywood glamour sort of dream sequences, and then we've got the pops of colour with the makeup as well. That shot at the end of the trailer, I mean, it is absolutely stunning when Lady Gaga draws the smile on the glass, and then Joaquin Phoenix's devil-like smile then perfectly aligns with the makeup. I think this could be the scene when Joker, he's been almost maybe cured at the beginning of the film. He's in that mental asylum, that mental institution, and then he goes back into that sinister character, and that smile aligns with the makeup so perfectly. That as a shot there, the way they finish off that trailer, that is cinematic brilliant. I think it is so clever. Joaquin Phoenix's performance first time around when it came to Joker, what was so special about it is the whole film, yes, it was dark, it was depressing. Was it to my own personal taste? Maybe not, but as a film critic, you couldn't help but appreciate the utter brilliance of his performances, all the films here. And even with this, the film's title, Folie À Deux, it's kind of mysterious, French, but it translates as Madness for Two, meaning we're going to see, I think, a real romance story here alongside. We're gonna be delving deeper into the themes of the romance between the Joker and Harley Quinn. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see, because Harley Quinn is a very iconic character. I know loads of girls dress up and girls and women for that matter, old and young, dress up as Harley Quinn for Halloween. And Margot Robbie's portrayal is really quite iconic. However, I think Lady Gaga, from what we're seeing in this trailer, a lot more kind of rather action-packed, boom, boom, pow style of acting that we see for a lot of the DC Extended Universe. This film is going to be far more cinematic, far more noir elements, far more darker, maybe deranged, more of a character analysis sort of film that we could be seeing with this, as opposed to the DC Extended Universe. I think with the DC Extended Universe, there is a bit of disconnect. We see different characters playing the same roles. We've seen both Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix play the Joker. Here we see Lady Gaga taking on a role made famous by Margot Robbie. So it's going to be very interesting to see the differences here. But there has been a lot to unpack, here. This is going to be quite the ride. And I think straight away, just looking at this trailer, particularly when it comes to the performances, I think award season 2025 could already be looking very interesting.